to my channel. For today's video we have a bunch of empties to go through. As you can see in front of you, I have amassed quite a few empties over the past couple of months. I can't remember when I last did a empties video. I think it might have been around about September. This video was supposed to be live on my channel a couple of weeks ago. I had intended to film it on Monday the 10th of January, but that turned out to be the day that my son was born. He did come a week early, so I didn't get a chance to film this empties video. Now that he is home and napping and things, I'm able to get little things done here and there, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to film this video. And then obviously the next mammoth task will be editing it. So hopefully that task doesn't take me too long. I am a bit rusty when it comes to filming and editing, so you will have to bear with me. And obviously I'm very sleep deprived because I do have a very new baby in the house. I'm hoping once he does get an established sleep schedule that I will be able to get back to filming properly. I don't know how frequent I'll be able to film or upload, but if I can try and hopefully get one video a week up, I will be quite happy with that because I do miss filming. As you can see in front of you, we do have a lot of empties to go through, so why don't we get started? So I've just moved that big basket out the way and I'm just going to put all the items in front here. So apologies again, it is a video like this, but once I get back to filming properly, as I am hoping I can do forward-facing videos again. The first product is this Brazilian bod buff from Sol de Janeiro. This is their smoothing scrub and mask. I believe this product may have been discontinued. When I've looked on a few different websites, the only body scrub I can see that they now have is the one in the tub. Not that I've tried that one, but I do kind of prefer this one with it being a squeeze tube. It's a bit easier to use in the shower than having to unscrew a lid, dig into a pot and things like that. So I was hoping I would be able to pick up another one of these, but I can't see it anywhere. It is a really nice product. It does have that typical Sol de Janeiro boom boom scent. It is really nice. It's a good level of scrubbing that you don't feel like you're kind of sandpapering your skin, but you do feel like you are getting off that dry skin and things, and it does leave my skin feeling nice and refreshed. So it is a product I would like to repurchase, but as I say, I just haven't been able to see it anywhere. Next, I have this product from Ofra. This is the two-phase makeup remover. This is in the empties because it's obviously clearly empty, but this is empty due to a bit of a mishap. So as you can see, the actual plunger thing is only down the bottom here because the pump on this one did break quite early on, but I still wanted to use the product as it is a really nice makeup remover, and it was one of the ones, as the name would suggest, with two phase. It had the green and the clear liquid, which you can kind of just see in that corner there. Because I was having to resort to completely just taking this off and sort of like pouring it out, it wasn't ideal because it was quite a big hole, and also the product didn't mix properly, so it wasn't the best. But I did actually end up knocking it over and spilling half of the contents, and I think I was only left with about this much at the bottom. So at that point I knew I could get it used up quite quickly, and it did. It is a really nice product and one I would have purchased again, but the fact that the pump broke so early on does put me off, and it does make me want to kind of just stick to my Clinique one. I had preferred this one slightly to the Clinique one, and I think this one was slightly cheaper. So nice product, but I won't repurchase because of the pump. Then I finished up this product from Drunk Elephant. This is the F-Balm Electrolyte Water Facial. I wasn't really expecting much from this product, to be honest, but I did end up really enjoying it. I was applying this as the kind of last step in my skincare routine, so I would go in with a moisturiser beforehand, but I just absolutely loved how this made my skin feel. It instantly made my skin feel moisturised and really nice and soft and hydrated, as the name would suggest, and then it is like a leave-on mask for overnight. I have a terrible habit of forgetting to wipe off this type of product the next morning, so that did happen quite a lot with this, but it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin, and I could go in with makeup and it wouldn't affect it or anything like that. With it being Drunk Elephant, it is obviously quite a pricey product, and if you have seen past Shop My Stash skincare drawers of mine, you know I have a lot of skincare at the moment, so it's definitely not something I need to rush out and repurchase, but it is one I would definitely consider again in the future. Obviously, because of not posting any videos, I haven't been putting my skincare drawer video on for the past couple of months, but I have actually changed the way that I've been doing it. It was always a case of each month I would take out every item and put whole new items in, sometimes trying new things, sometimes trying to finish things up. But the way that I've been doing it in the past month or so is I'm actually just doing a kind of one in, one out system. So when I finish a product up, I will put a new product in. So this, because it was like a last step of the routine, when I took this one out, I replaced it with a facial oil, and I'm finding that I am going through products a lot quicker. So there are a few skincare empties in here because of that. and I think until I get my collection down, that's going to be the best course of action for me. I am completely working out of the drawer of products that are already open. I haven't looked in my unopened skincare for a while now, because once I get distracted with that, I won't end up using existing stuff. So once I can get the existing basket at least half empty, that's when I'll possibly go and try a few new things. But this is one that I have written down on a list of products that, once my skincare routine's under control and things like that, is a product I would definitely try again. Even though it is quite pricey, I did feel like I could feel the quality in the product. Then I finished this cleansing balm from Pharmacy. This is the Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. This is the original scented one. This is a fantastic cleansing balm. Cleansing balms are something that I've only been into for the past 6 months or so, I want to say. I think I'd just tried a few bad ones that I didn't like how my skin felt afterwards. They were quite greasy and things, so it did put me off trying more. And then I think it might have been this one that actually converted me, or maybe the Clean It Zero one. I think I got a small pot of that. Now this is the only way I will remove makeup. I don't like using micellar water to remove a full face anymore. It is just a cleansing balm. It's so much more effective, takes everything off in one go, and I don't feel like it dries out my skin. I haven't used my Clean It Zero one for a while now. I have been mainly using the Pharmacy one. The one that I'm currently using is their limited edition apple scented one, so I do need to see which one I prefer once I've gone through them to see which one I would repurchase. But definitely it would be this one or the one from Clean It Zero that I would repurchase again, because they are both really good. This one is scented, the Clean It Zero one isn't, so it's kind of what I feel like preference wise at the point of repurchase. Then I finished up this lip product from Flower Beauty. This is one of the Petal Pout lip masks in the shade Pucker, although it was pretty much sheer. And as you can see from the lines here, this was one that was in my project pan, which was the last video posted on my channel. I'm so proud of myself to be able to finish up a lip product. I was getting very dry lips towards the end of the year, and I was reaching for this one quite a lot, so I was very happy to have finished it up. It is a nice enough lip mask. It is one that is probably better for the day. It's not kind of heavy duty enough for a nighttime lip mask, and I was using it more sort of a lip balm. At the point I was coming to the end of using it, I did notice that the taste of it was going a bit off, so I think it was on its way out, so it didn't last as long as other lip products in my collection. So whilst it was nice and pretty affordable, I don't think it's one I'd repurchase. For the skincare item, we have from Medicate the Hydrate B5 Liquid Rehydration Serum. So this was something that I think I got in a subscription box, and I opened it not that long ago to try. It was only 8ml of product, and it was kind of this one that made me want to finish things up before opening something, because it didn't take that long to finish this one up. It's a nice enough product. It is nice and hydrating on the skin, but I didn't find it was anything fantastic. I don't believe this is a cheap brand. I think it is quite pricey, and to me this was no better than the kind of hyaluronic acid and B5 serum from The Ordinary, which is a fraction of the price. Definitely not one I'd repurchase. I'd much rather stick to the one from The Ordinary. Then I had this moisturiser from Niobe. This is the Detox Unpolluted Oxygen Light Cream. I wasn't a fan of this one at all. It was a lightweight cream, as the name would suggest, but I found that it was quite hard to rub into the skin. It was one of those that when you start rubbing, you end up with a kind of white cast on the skin, and you have to rub in for quite a while. I also wasn't a huge fan of the scent of this one either. I think technically this one does borderline as a declutter, because there probably still is a little bit of product left, but I felt like I'd used enough of it and I just kind of threw it into this basket really. So not one that I would recommend or pick up again. Then I finished the No. 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Night Cream. This is definitely one of my favourite night creams. I think I like most things that I've tried from the Protect and Perfect Intense line, especially the day and night cream. They are definitely my favourites. This is another product, kind of like the one from Drunk Elephant, that I've put on a list of products that once I've got my skincare down, I would definitely repurchase again. This one just applies to the skin really nicely. It leaves it nice and moisturised and soft, and also plump as well. So one I would highly recommend. Then I finished up this sachet of the Wishful Honey Whip Peptide Moisturiser. This was something that I believe I picked up in my last Feel Unique pick and mix samples. Obviously I didn't do a follow-up video for that, so I just threw the empty sachet in here. This was an okay product. It did have a honey scent to it, which isn't one of my favourite scents, so I didn't love that about it, but it wasn't too overpowering that it kind of turned my stomach like some honey scented things can. I do much prefer the purple moisturiser from Wishful, which I can't think what that one's even called. I feel like that has honey in the name, but that one has a lavender scent to it, so I do much prefer that one to this one, but I'm glad I tried it. Next I finished this product from Kiehl's. This is the Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This was a nice product. It blended into skin really nicely. It did leave me feeling a little bit plumper. I don't know exactly what this product does because I don't think it came with much information. I think it was supposed to be some sort of anti-aging product. I did get quite a lot of uses out of it, if I'm honest, because you didn't need much at all, 1 or 2 drops and that was enough. With it saying concentrate, I wasn't surprised by that. I think this is a really pricey product, so not one I would repurchase, but one I quite enjoyed using while I had it. It did feel like it was doing something, but it didn't feel too harsh on the skin. So yeah, a nice product, but I don't think it was one for me. Next we have this cleanser from Drunk Elephant. This is the Best No. 9 Jelly Cleanser. I wasn't a fan of this one at all. This was nothing special. I don't believe it was a scented product, and with it saying it had cantaloupe in it, I was thinking it might perhaps smell like melon, but I think it was unscented. It was just, I say, an okay cleanser. It did an okay job at removing any residue makeup left over from the cleansing balm, but it was just nothing fantastic. It didn't like sting my eyes or strip my skin or feel harsh or anything like that, but for the price point of this, I'd much rather get the £5 one from Elf that I've been using for years. And I've actually just found a sample of the Wishful product that I was talking about. So this is the Honey Balm as opposed to the other one, which was the Honey Whip. So I much prefer this product. So this one says it is a jelly moisturiser, whereas I think the Honey Whip was just like a normal moisturiser. This one, it does have a really pretty kind of like iridescence to it, which you probably won't be able to see because I have pretty much scraped it clean, but it has a really nice fresh lavender scent to it. This one is nice to apply just before bed because that lavender is quite soothing, and this one soaks into the skin really nicely. It gives a plumping effect and leaves my skin feeling really nice and soft and moisturised. I do already have a full size one of these to go into. This was one I think I just opened for travelling in the summer, and I just recently finished it up. Another moisturiser that I finished up is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Because I know this is a pricey product, it's another one I did make sure I completely wiped clean. It's a nice enough moisturiser. I'm not a huge fan of the scent, if I'm honest. It's not as potent of a scent as I thought it would be, but it is that kind of what I would associate as a sort of old lady scent. It's very perfumey, so I didn't love that about it. But because I do tend to like scented skincare with other things that I had on my face, I couldn't overly smell it too much. Definitely not a product I'd repurchase. Even though it did feel nice and luxurious, it made my skin feel nice and soft. I just don't think I could justify the price point for a product that was just okay for me. Next, I finished up this Paula's Choice Anti-Aging Hydrator. This one has niacinamide and vitamin C. I don't know what is going on with the letters here. They look like they've all started to jumble about and fall off, possibly because it's got a bit wet or something. This was quite a nice product. This was one that I did finish quite a while ago because I can't really remember what I thought about it. I do think I quite liked it, and I did like that it had anti-aging and then also things to clear skin, because I think when I used this I did have quite a few hormonal breakouts because it was towards the end of my pregnancy, and I do believe they did help with it. Nothing fantastic, but I think because this was a product that I could kind of use safely in pregnancy, because my normal things that I reach for have, I think, it's salicylic acid in, which I don't think I could use, and I don't think this had it in it. So I think this one was a bit safer to use during pregnancy, and it did quite help with the blemishes. I don't think I'd need to repurchase it again in the future because it didn't do enough for me. It was just something that sort of filled a void at that moment in time. I will just go back to my normal products that I use when I have blemishes, which, touch wood, I've not got at the moment. So it was nice enough, and I'm glad I just got a mini of it to try. But I didn't notice enough anti-aging aspects of it for that. It was just kind of the clear skin aspect of it. Then towards the end of my pregnancy, I was trying to get back into kind of pampering myself and taking a little bit of time for myself before obviously my world was completely turned upside down with a newborn to look after. So I did get back into sheet masks. I haven't been reaching for sheet masks for a good few months now. Early on in pregnancy, I just couldn't kind of bear the thought of wearing them on my skin. So I did actually go through a few in the past couple of months. The first one is actually a lip mask, and I think this was something that I got in the Glossybox advent calendar. This is from the brand Vita Masks and it is the Plump and Repair lip mask. I haven't tried a lip mask before, and I was expecting it to be pretty unbearable because obviously you have to wear it over your mouth, you can't speak, and I didn't think it'd stay in place. But it did stay in place quite well. It felt nice on the lips, not too slimy, and then when I took the product off there wasn't too much serum left over that I couldn't rub it in. It doesn't make me want to try lip masks on a regular basis, but it wasn't a horrible experience, so I quite enjoyed it in that respect. I said I didn't notice any moisturising or plumping or anything like that. It was just a nice experience, which I wasn't expecting. Then I used these Slice Mask Sheet Peach, and this was from G9 Skin. This is similar to one that I had a while ago, which was kind of like cucumber slices. This one was peach slices, but if I remember rightly, they were about the size of that you can see on the picture there. So it wasn't the easiest to kind of arrange them on your face. There was 6 in the packet, so I sort of went for 1 on each cheek, 2 on my forehead, and then the rest kind of just on my nose and things. So it wasn't the best because it was quite hard to fit everything on my face, but obviously everyone's got different face sizes, so it might work for some more. With regards to the smell of this, it might be the nicest smelling sheet mask I've ever used. I do really love things that are peach scented, but sometimes it can be a bit artificial, whereas this did literally smell like fresh peaches. It was so nice. And even though it was a bit awkward to actually apply the sheet masks, they did stay in place pretty well. It was only the one kind of on my nose that kept lifting because of the contoured area that it was over. But other than that, I did quite enjoy this one and say I really like the scent of it. I didn't notice any firming aspects to it, but with sheet masks I feel like it's on for too short a periods of time that it wouldn't penetrate the skin enough for you to notice that, but it did feel nice and moisturising. Then I had another really nice smelling sheet mask. This one is from the brand Unial. This is the Natural Moisture Mask Pack in Blueberry. I think this might be my favourite brand of sheet masks. I've had quite a few from them now. I don't think there's been many, if any at all, that I haven't liked. So this one was really good and it was really nice and moisturising. I find that these ones fit my face perfectly as well. They stay in place. I can kind of get on with things, and they're probably going to be good ones to use going forward if I am kind of looking after the baby and things. I just wear these while doing things around the house and I don't feel like I'm being restricted by them or anything like that. So I do recommend sheet masks from this brand, and I say this one was really nice. Then I had this one from Beauty Pro. This is the pumpkin infused sheet mask. This one smelled quite nice. It was more perfumey than anything else, but to be honest, I don't really know what pumpkin smells like. It did leave my skin feeling nice and soft. It fit okay and it stayed in place pretty well. I've had hit and miss with the ones from the brand Beauty Pro before, but this one was an okay one. Another one from Unial, this is the Tea Tree Daily Care Sheet Mask. This one was nice. I think I used this at the point I had a few breakouts, and I feel like it did help take the sort of angriness of the blemishes down. It wasn't too strong of a tea tree, it didn't sting or anything like that. So this would probably be a nice one to just have in if I needed it, if I had some breakouts and things. I had another one from Unial. This is the Black Bean Daily Care Sheet Mask. So I think these are all from the kind of same range, but they just have the different ingredients to them. This one smelled really, really nice, which I wasn't expecting with it saying black bean. I don't know what I thought it was going to smell like, but it just smelled amazing, but not something that I could put my finger on as to what the actual scent was. And this one left my skin feeling really nice and hydrated afterwards. I had these under eye masks from Etude House. From what I remember, these ones weren't too bad. They did stay in place pretty well. I didn't notice anything from them sort of collagen or plumping wise or anything like that. They were just nice to wear. I didn't notice that my under eyes were extra refreshed or anything like that. I think I remember these ones being a little bit awkward to apply, but once they were on, they were absolutely fine. I think I just purchased these when I was making an order from YesStyle when I needed to get free shipping or something, so probably not one I'd purchase again. Then the final masks are these ones from Botanic Beauty. These are the Guardian Angel Revitalising Eye Gels. These eye masks are fantastic. I think I got these in a FabFitFun box, and I was kind of rationing myself with them because I love them so much. This is just the box, so I don't have the kind of product itself to show you, but they are literally blue angel wings that you put under your eyes. I think it's the case of if you put them one way, they are to target crow's feet. If you put them the other way, they are to target under eye bags. I just think that these are great. They stay in place so well. They're not overly sticky or slimy and things. They don't move down your face. These are ones that I always leave on for longer than the intended time. I do think these ones are quite pricey, and I think I have looked into purchasing them, and I don't know if I could find them anywhere. But there's been a couple of times when I've had FabFitFun boxes and these have been available, and I've always added them to the box because they are great. I do still quite like the ones that I've tried from Pixie, and then I'm just at the moment trying some from Good Molecules. They're okay, but I think because I went to the Good Molecules one straight after trying these, they're just not as good. I do prefer these individually wrapped ones than the ones in the pot now. The ones in the pot are a bit more awkward to get out. Yeah, ones I would look out for in the future. Then I have a couple of kind of miscellaneous body care items. The first one is this tummy rub butter from Mama Mio. This is the Omega Rich Stretch Mark Protection Cream. This was one that I was applying, I was going to say religiously, but kind of as religiously as I could remember. I mean, I have used every last bit in it. I did get a good few months out of this one. I think it was as I ended my 3rd trimester that I finished this one up. I did have existing stretch marks from my first pregnancy, and I have tried to have a little look at my stomach, but I can't exactly remember where my stretch marks were. I don't have any kind of photographic evidence of where my stretch marks were. I don't think I got any extra ones this time around. I think maybe the ones that I just had stretched a little bit further. I don't know if it was to do with applying this product, because this was pretty much the only one I used. Other than that, once this ran out, I just used normal moisturiser. I never used bio oil this time around or anything like that. So it was really nice. It was about 20 something pounds, so it wasn't like the cheapest product, but I find that most sort of stretch mark creams are always quite pricey. So it is one I would recommend because it did smell nice, it did apply really nicely, and it did leave my skin feeling soft. And like I say, I don't have any extra stretch marks, so it may have been a preventative. Then I have a shower gel that I finished up. This is from Soap & Glory and is the Smart Foam Mouldable Shower Mousse. I have been a user of the Imperial Leather Foam Bare Shower Gel for the past 10 years at this point, and every other shower gel that I tried just hadn't come close to how much I like that one. I did in recent years try their more moisturising formula and I absolutely love that one. Now, since using this one, once this one was finished up, I went back to using the Imperial Leather and I much prefer this one. This one is kind of like the same consistency as hair mousse in that it does really foam up, but when you rub it onto your skin, it doesn't dissolve to nothing. It is really nice. It also smells absolutely amazing. This is their Call of Fruity line. It's a mixture of kind of peach, passion fruit and things like that. It just smells really nice. And I have in the last week, when ordering some nappies from Boots, ordered 2 more of these. I think they'll buy one get one half price or something. So I think my Imperial Leather may have now been knocked off its pedestal, and I need to remember that I still do have a couple of them back up to use before I go into the new ones. These I have bought a great product and I'm so glad I tried it. Then I have a pillow spray that I finished up. This is from Feather & Down. This is the Sweet Dreams pillow spray with calming lavender and chamomile. I really like this pillow spray because it's not like a lot of other ones that I've tried on the market that predominantly smell of lavender. I feel like this one, it must be the chamomile I can smell, but whatever the kind of combination of smells is, it's really nice and it's not too strong, and it is calming as well as soothing and putting you to sleep. I obviously haven't been reaching for it in the past month or so because at the very end of pregnancy I had insomnia and nothing was helping me fall to sleep, so I didn't want to kind of waste the one that I had. And then obviously once the baby was born, sleep is pretty much non-existent, so I hadn't gone to the effort or time to spray this on my pillow. But if you are looking for a pillow spray and you don't like ones that smell like lavender, I would recommend giving this a try, and it is quite affordable and I usually just pick it up on Amazon. Then I have a few hair care items. The first is this shampoo and conditioner duo from Briogeo. This is the Farewell Frizz. I didn't like this product at all. I got this in a little gift set to give a try. I did also get the leave-in conditioner, which I think is okay, but this shampoo and conditioner just didn't work for me at all. I did give them a good go, but these are the ones that I felt like left a bit of build-up in my hair and it didn't feel like it was as clean for as long, and I don't think I noticed anything with taming the frizz. So it does put me off trying more things from Briogeo because this wasn't a good first experience. Then I finished this product from Bumble and Bumble. This is the Thermal Protection Mist, which is a heat protection spray. This was a really nice product. I really liked how this smelled. I was hoping it was doing heat protection, but this is one of those kind of products that you can't really see if it works or not. I'm just hoping that it did. This doesn't claim to do anything with frizz or anything like that. It is just a heat protection spray. I do have quite a lot of leave-in conditioners and heat protection sprays in my drawer to go through, but I think this is a product that once I've used some of them up, I will definitely repurchase because I did like how it applied. It didn't feel heavy on the hair. It didn't weigh it down or make it grease it, anything like that. And I think it worked because my hair didn't feel frazzled when I used heat on it. Another protecting spray is this one from Moroccan Oil. This is the Protect and Prevent spray, but this one is for colour treated hair. I think I got this in a Feel Unique beauty kit or something, so it's not one that I purchased. Again, another nice product. I love anything Moroccan Oil. I absolutely love the scent of it. This is one that, again, I think is just a heat protectant, so I couldn't really see what it was doing. I do think they have one which is not for colour treated hair, which I have gone to purchase. But again, because I have so many in my collection, I just don't feel like I need it at this time. But once I come to get a heat protectant spray, I think it will definitely be between one of these that I get. Obviously, if I can only get the colour treated one, I would just get this one because I don't have colour treated hair. But both really nice products, and I think they are at a similar price point. The final hair care product is this shampoo. This is from Schwarzkopf and is the Super Soft Ultimate Shine Superfruit Shampoo. This was a shampoo that I used for years and years, but I think my hair eventually got used to it and it just didn't work anymore. My hair didn't feel soft anymore and it just basically washed it and that was it. But then because I went through a phase of trying a lot of shampoos, I ended up finding this in the back of a drawer, and I kind of used it as a, what's the word that I want? I can't think of the word. To kind of fix what mess those shampoos had done to my hair, because obviously trying a lot of different shampoos had done my hair no favours, and this kind of repaired it all over again. So I did go through this one quite quickly. I think it is a product I can still get hold of, but again, I'm back to using different shampoos. The one I'm currently using is one from Frizzies, which I really like. So this is a product that I think you get in home bargain for about £1 or £2. It's quite a lot of product. It is one I would definitely repurchase in the future, because it did help get all the gunk and everything out of my hair and just make it shiny all over again. So this is a product that I really like, and it also smells really nice. Now we just have some makeup items left, which predominantly consists of mascara, but I can hear the baby murmuring, so I think I'm going to have to come back and film that later on. So it'll be 2 seconds for you, but I don't know how long it'll be for me to come back and film. And we're back, and it is only an hour or so later, which is good, so I can get this one finished. Like I said, I just have a bit of makeup to go over and just one random nail polish. This is from Essie. This is the all-in-one base and top coat. This is my go-to base and top coat. I've tried quite a few others, and I just don't feel like they are as good as this one. I did get one from, I think the brand's like Nail HQ or something, and that one was terrible. My nail varnish chipped so quickly with that one, whereas I feel like with this one I can usually get at least a week out of my polish. I don't always pair it with Essie polishers, it does work well with others as well. And I just like that it's one bottle for both the base and top coat, so I do really recommend picking one of these up. It does have product left, but as you can see, it is extremely gunky from other polishes that it's mixed with, but I am on a new one of these already. So on to the makeup. The first empty is this brow product from Benefit. This is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I have this in the shade 2.5. This is my go-to brow pencil in my go-to shade. I do have quite a few other brow pencils in my collection, but I just always go back to this one because it is just so easy to fill in my brows. I do like trying new brow products, but say just for ease, I go for this one, and especially at the moment, I'm all about the ease. But I've been reaching for this one, and just to make myself look a bit more myself, a bit more put together. This has been my holy grail product for a good while now. I can't see that changing anytime soon, but I highly recommend it. Then I finished this lip balm up from Juvia's Place. This one was the Passion Fruit Lip Balm. To me, it didn't smell very passion fruity. It was more kind of grapefruit than passion fruit. So I didn't absolutely love the scent of it. It was a nice enough product. It didn't overly moisturise my lips. It's definitely not one I'd repurchase. And I did actually have a mishap with this one in that it did snap. It did sort of snap clean off, and probably I lost about this much of the product. So I haven't got complete satisfaction that I used up a whole lip balm. I just used up probably about 2/3 of it because it snapped and I can't roll it up anymore. I also didn't love that it was kind of bright pink, because that did translate on the lip slightly. It was pretty sheer, but you could still see the sort of Barbie pink to it. Not one I would repurchase, but I am glad that I tried it. Then all I have left now is mascaras. The first one is from Smashbox. This is the Superfan mascara. I hadn't heard the best reviews about this one, so I didn't really have high hopes, but I did quite like it. I did feel like it was quite a wet formula, and I did usually have to wipe down the brush before applying it because it did sort of come up with clumps and things like that. But I did like the way it fanned out my lashes. I did like that it did give me a bit of length and a bit of volume. It was a bit of a smudgy mascara, so it wasn't one I could wear if I was going to be lying down or sort of crying or anything like that. But I like the effect that it gave. It just wasn't an absolute favourite, so not one I'd repurchase, but I am glad that I tried it, and I am glad that it surprised me because I wasn't expecting much after the reviews that I'd seen. Then I tried this one from Spectrum. This is the Dark Matter mascara. This one was kind of similar to the one from Smashbox in that it was quite a wet formula, and another one that I did have to wipe the brush down before using it. And to be honest, it did give a similar effect to the Smashbox one. I think this one might be slightly cheaper than that. With this one saying Dark Matter, I do kind of agree that this one was a dark mascara. This one was really good at making my lashes really black, but another one that did kind of smudge, and it wasn't very good to lie down wearing because I would end up with it on my pillow or under my eyes and things. So yeah, pretty similar to the one from Smashbox. I did like it, but it's not one I'd repurchase because it didn't stick around on my face for long enough. Then we have this one from Wet n Wild. This is the Big Popper mascara. This was one that I was really disappointed by because I'd seen so many people talk really highly of it, but for me it just didn't do much. This is, as you can see, another kind of wet formula, but this one wasn't too wet of a formula. I quite like the brush of this one because you could get into all the lashes, but this just gave me what I would call kind of like an everyday look. I think because of how big this was, I was expecting the brush to be bigger, but I don't really like big brushes, so that wasn't a problem. I quite like that aspect to it, if that makes sense, but I just found this one really underwhelming. It gave me a bit of length in my lashes, but it didn't give me any volume or anything like that. So yeah, I was disappointed by this one, but it was only a few pounds, so it's not the end of the world. Then we have this one from Ilia. This is the Limitless Lash Mascara. This one was a really nice mascara. I did like the effect that this one gave, but this is a scented mascara, which I don't like at all. There just seems to be that one scent that if a mascara is going to be scented, it has this one floral kind of scent, and I don't love it. And it is a scent that kind of sticks around, and there's not much else you can put on your eyelashes to make the scent go away. So that did put me off using this one more. I think I did use it for about 4 months, but I've finished this one up earlier than I would other mascaras because I just couldn't reach for it, especially in pregnancy, because my sense of smell was heightened and things, and I knew by the time I get around to using it, it would be well out of date. So I did end up finishing this one off before the normal 6 months that I tend to give mascaras. So I was disappointed because I did like the effect of it, I just couldn't get past the scent. Then I had this one from Kiko Milano. This is the Unexpected Paradise Twist Brush Waterproof Mascara. This is one of the products that comes with a twist brush, as the name would suggest. So this is it full, and then this is it twisted up. I found that it worked best with the brush just straight because this was like the perfect size for my eye. I could get most lashes in one go. I like the effect that this one gave. It was really good at giving a little bit of everything. It gave a really good curl, a decent amount of length and volume. So it was one that I did really enjoy using. This was a product that was actually from a limited edition line. I don't know if they have their twist brush mascara in other lines, but say this was from the Unexpected Paradise line, which I think was maybe summer 2020. I can't quite remember. No, maybe not that long ago. I don't know what year or date it is anymore. So it is a really nice product, and I would quite like to try another one of their mascaras. I don't think I'd necessarily need to get the twist brush one because I didn't end up using the twisted brush aspect of it. But Kiko Milano is a really affordable brand, and it is one that I do like trying things from once in a while. Next, I had this mascara from Hourglass. This is the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extension Mascara. This is probably one of the most expensive mascaras that I've ever tried. I think this was just shy of £30. And whilst I don't think it was worth that price point, it is a really good mascara. This is a tubing mascara, so it is really long wearing. This was great to wear towards the tail end of pregnancy because any tears or anything like that, it didn't end up halfway down my face. This is actually the mascara that I wore during labour, and it didn't budge. I didn't have panda eyes. Obviously there was tears. There was my face being pushed into a pillow during contractions and things, and it didn't transfer onto the pillow. And then because I then didn't sleep or remove makeup or anything like that, I think I had this on for maybe 36 hours before I eventually washed it off, and it stayed in place and my lashes look great. So this is one I would recommend if you are looking for a long wearing mascara. I don't think I would repurchase it again for the price point, and because I don't need to kind of push it to those extremes again. Just for an everyday mascara, that's quite a lot for me to spend, and there are other drugstore mascaras that I like as much. So it was really nice, and I'm glad I had it in my arsenal when it came to picking a mascara to put on for labour. So would recommend it for that, but I just wouldn't repurchase it at this moment. And then finally we have the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This one definitely became a favourite of mine. One of my favourites used to be the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascaras, and I feel like this is very comparable to that, but at a fraction of the price. It has a very similar kind of conical rubber, quite flexible wand to it. It gives me a similar effect on the lashes. It gives me a really good lift, curl and length to them with a tiny bit of volume as well. This one layers really well and it wears really well too. So this did definitely replace the Bad Gal Bang as one of my favourite mascaras, and I think I have already repurchased this one and have it in my backup drawer, so excited to go into that one because this one I made sure I got every last drop out of. Just because I didn't show you the wand, the Hourglass one, and because I did talk about it so highly, it is similar to the actual one from Maybelline, but it's not as flexible. So that is everything that I've finished up in the past few months. I feel like I've made a bit more of a dent in my skincare collection, and we're going to continue to do so with the system that I've got going on now. Obviously, makeup wise, mascara is the one thing that I can find myself going through quite easily, but I am trying to make an effort to go through other makeup as well and not purchase any more. I am as much as possible trying to be on a low buy / no buy. How successful I'll be when I'm awake at all hours of the night and can't help but browse the internet, we shall see. But other than that, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.